Eric Kopp's Generic Summit.
It was much better that time.
It sounded really good.
The diction.
All right, so you guys are in this movie, The Perks of Being a Wallflower. I want to know what was the most important part of like doing this movie. You read the book, you read the script. What was the thing, aha, I have to be this character and I have to do this movie, starting with you, Johnny?
The aha really was just reading it. I think that moment, like the first time I actually read the script first and then I went and got the book, and once you start, it just kind of takes you. Whenever you know that it's a character or the movie, all of a sudden you're just not thinking about the fact that you're reading a script. It's just like this
You're
experience,
in the story.
and it's like
Yeah.
it's already taken you, and you're like, I know that, and I know this, and then before you know, at the end of it, you close it, and it's already begun to change you. And this script and movie has actually done that. It's really, I think for everybody, but I know for me, has really kind of transformed. You know, it wasn't easy to get into once we were shooting it.
Yeah, I just, you know, I'd had this idea of these kids and this whole world in my head since I read it when I was 14 years old, and then felt, especially when I saw that, you know, Steve and Shabosky would be there and would be guiding his vision, felt like I could do it, and then meeting these people, like, was certain that we could do it. Right. And finding that was then, like, that's when it was.
And that's
really
beautiful
on.
And rare.
Yeah.
And you get that so rarely that you actually, everything lines up and you're like, wow, this is magic and it's here and it's happening. I mean, that's an incredible feeling. I mean, I remember after I auditioned, I actually went to a park and I sat there and I was like so overwhelmed with emotion, just like looking at kids like playing or something, and I was like, oh my God, I'm just like Steve, like I'm just like Charlie, like I was like driven to tears just by the simple beauty, and I just knew that that kind of sensitivity is what the underlying heart is in this. And I remember calling Johnny after my audition and being like, both of us just being like, oh man, I gotta do it, like we gotta get it. We were just so passionate about it and like wanting to, because we knew that it was so special, and we knew that we could, you know, bring that light. Remember?
I forgot about that
Remember?
until
We
now.
talked on
I
the
was
phone for a long
literally
time
sitting
afterwards.
on the corner of a street talking about that.
I was at a bar.
And we didn't know that we no, I was on the and we didn't know we had
because
it
you're
at
of
that point.
age.
Yes, very
and
much.
it's been such a like an experience, and
Yeah.
to think at that point we were still uncertain
Yeah,
of
so
what
funny,
this was going to do to us, if we were going to get to have it.
I know.
That's amazing.
For me, when I see this movie, I believe that in 10 years and in 20 years, I'll be talking about this movie. I'll be putting it in, I'll be seeing it again, and it'll be a movie I see 100 times. And I think that that's going to happen. Do you hope, I mean, for me, it's we accept the love you think we deserve. What's the moment, the phrase, the thing in the movie, the theme, obviously you do a movie, you're actors, you work a lot, but this one to me has a special something. Mm-hmm. What is it that you think taking away from an audience is that you want them to leave with? What do you want them to know, or what do you want them to feel?
Yeah.
Well, starting with you, May.
I would say, I mean, to me, obviously, we only accept the love we think we deserve was a huge sentence for me, and it really, you know, meant something to me in my own private way. But you know, to me, what immediately struck me was the tunnel scene and that saying that we are infinite. I mean, that is such a specific, true, full force, passionate, golden feeling that is so strong and beautiful, and it is everything, and it runs through everything, and we are infinite, and everything is infinite. And so to have that rush of feeling, to be a sensitive person that feels the pain and the stings and the things that are in the world that sort of drag you down, but then to be able to feel that high of really understanding and being like one with the universe for a moment is just like, to be able to have that in a book or in something that you can relate to is just, it's incredible.
Yeah.
And then for me, like that, and then having the community or the family, the chosen family or the extended family of your, you know, life, that makes that okay, that sanctions that validates that empowers you to have that experience, that rush of experiencing yourself far beyond yourself.
Yes.
As we all totally deserve to feel that sort of love, and like, and having a group of people in your life who don't tell you that that's too good for you to have, or resent you for having it, or
for me it's like if we could just encourage, and we do this to an extent, but it's not the most important thing in our minds, and it's that how great would it be if we could just accept each other for our differences and also embrace our differences within ourselves. That starts with you first, and then it goes to everybody else. And I knew that as a concept, and I grew up with it, and everybody, I think, golden rule and all that. But to really look at this book and then think about the slogan, "We are infinite," that's a time period, "We are infinite," in my life anyways. You have glimpses of it. But as a teenager, "We are infinite" is something that can be a truth. It can be like that moment in time where anything's possible, where everything, you know, seems like it goes on forever, and you are not only infinite, but also, you know, you're immune to things. You're able to just experience them. And I think that rule, combined with the idea of embracing ourselves and embracing each other's differences, that combination is what I took from it.